Welcome back to Versus to Values, a gospel-backed show aiming to share the truth of Scripture by encouraging corporate employees to walk worthy of the calling in which they've been called in every room they enter. You can maintain Christian values in corporate spaces. Let's listen in to Cara Gooch to hear more.
God's job description. It wasn't until I sought the Lord for wisdom before making a parenting decision until He helped me realize something about Himself. If God is the only being that's ever held every position known or described by man, why don't we consult Him more often? How many more answers would we receive? How many more truths would He have a chance to reveal? I was walking into a hostile sibling environment, and I asked the Lord to give me wisdom. Before I even closed up my robe, I knew that I needed to have the Lord go before me. And as my Abba Father, I desired His insight for how I was to approach His grandbabies. As a righteous judge, He showed me which questions to ask whom, which tone to use to get the best response, and how to issue a verdict. And as I walked away, I felt a peace about my conversation, but I also felt like He went before me in the same way that I expected and that I had hoped for Him to do. So I ask you, if we know God to be more than Abba, what more do you need Him to be? If we know that He's a provider, then how will you ask Him to give you the resources to create a second stream of income? If we know Him to be a fixer, to come in, save us from our mess sometimes, then when's the next time you'll consult Him when you're left in the dark, when you feel like you simply cannot find the answer? I was consulting with someone once, and this was after I created a sheet that would help me go into a conversation, that would help me prep for a conversation. I knew the Lord was there with me because everything that I said to this person was not something that I would typically say. Everything that I said and shared felt as if I gained a master's degree in counseling overnight, and I used that knowledge to fuel and guide my conversation with this person. So I asked Him to go before me, and that's exactly what He did. So, what job do you need Him to serve for you next? What position can He show up in for you? This morning, He was a righteous judge. He was a father and grandfather. And He showed me, He guided me on just how to have a conversation. So who will you speak to next? How will you allow Him to guide? Be blessed, my friend.